Welcome back to Master Your Glass with me, Livio, Lauro. If you like Grappa or if you like Chamomile, or hey, if you like both of them, you are in the right place because today I am going to taste 2 chamomile flavored Grappas, and let's get into it. Okay, so before I get too much into it, let's define Grappa. What is Grappa? Grappa is an Italian spirit typically made up in the northern part of the country. It is made with the leftover of winemaking products, meaning the pomace. What is the pomace? It's mainly the grapes, and it is what happens when we press the grapes to get wine. That leftover product called pomace can still give us a wonderful product such as a Grappa. Now, Grappa was born as a peasant's product because it was made from the leftovers. Of course, the people that could afford it were drinking wine instead. But throughout the years, and predominantly in the mid-20th century, Grappa production got so good and the product became so delicious that today it is one of the most fantastic spirits you can ever had. Now, if you've had a bad experience with Grappa, I urge you to try again because since that time, the production of Grappa has gotten better and the flavor of Grappa has gotten amazing. It's floral, it's fragrant, it's fresh. Now, having said that, today I'm going to try again 2 chamomile flavored Grappas. These are in essence Grappas that have been flavored with the chamomile leaves. Let's go. Okay, so the first one I'm going to taste today is Marolo Milla, which I believe is the brand that brought the chamomile Grappa-based liqueur to the game. This product here is based out of Alba, which is in the capital of the Langhe region, and this distillery has been around since 1977. It is in the area where some of the most amazing red wines in the world are made, such as Barbera, Barbaresco, Braghetto, Dolcetto, etc., etc. This liqueur here is made by infusing their chamomile flowers for 11 months in their Nebbiolo Grappa. They basically pick the chamomile flowers when they're at their best, 11 months inside their Nebbiolo Grappa, filtered, and out comes this amazing product here. Now the color here seems to be just an amber color, and the product is clear as I can see through it. And let's go ahead and see what this bad boy smells like. I'm getting some nice rich honey notes, a little nuttiness, almost as if there were a little fortified wine in here, which there's not, but I'm getting almost a little sherry, nutty notes to it. A lot of honey. Maybe a touch of pear as well, but pretty serious, pretty bold style of product here. Let me go ahead and taste. Oh yeah, definitely a lot of honey, a lot of pear notes. Again, that nuttiness is coming out. Maybe a hint of citrus, but predominantly that nice, fresh chamomile flower coupled with some nutty and rich, big honey notes. My mouth is watering. The flavor is long, so it's got a really rich component to it. And quite honestly, right now towards the end, I'm getting almost a slight little white pepper note to it, again with that honey flavored left to it. I'm gonna mix this soon, but before I do that, I'm gonna put it back and we're gonna move on to the next one. So the next liqueur I'm going to taste is also from the Piedmont region. And if you're not familiar with the Piedmont region in Italy, if you're looking at the beautiful boot, it is way on the top, the groin. So of course we are in the northern part of the country. This producer here, it's not very old. It's only been around for about 180 years, created in 1885, which is called Montanaro. And this company here was said to be the first company to distill Monovitigno Grappa, and Monovitigno means coming from a single vineyard. But nonetheless, today, of course, we are here to try their Liqueur alla Camomile, which means chamomile liqueur. The color here is also a deep gold, not too different to what I had earlier, maybe just a little more brightness to it. The aroma seems to be, a little more tropical. I'm getting a little bit more like a peachy aroma to it. Yeah, definitely more tropical, maybe a little guava pineapple-ish. I'm getting a lot less honey than what I was getting inside the Marolo. And there is some room for a little bit of green apple. So here I'm getting a little bit of vanilla. Again, I'm getting a lot more of those tropical aromas. I'm gonna define this liqueur here as a little more tropical and playful in comparison to this one that was just more mature and bold. And I love actually the contrast of the two because each of one of them can be used for different purposes or for the same purpose. And we'll talk about that when we get into the cocktail part of it. One more sip here. Yeah, those honey notes are kicking in just a little bit now, but really I'm getting like a combination of peach and apricot. Both liqueurs are very lovely. So why don't I do this? Why don't I make a couple of cocktails with these products? Let's do this. So we're gonna make 2 cocktails, of course, one with each one of these products. Let's jump right into the Mille Grappa. I'm gonna make a drink I call the Capiente. I'm gonna go ahead and chill the cocktail coupe, add some ice into my mixing beaker, and following immediately, I'm gonna go ahead and pour 2 ounces or 60 mils of the Mille liqueur. Right after that, I'm gonna add 1 ounce or 30 mils of the Polini Limoncello. And then last but not least, I'm gonna add 3 dashes of Dale de Graaf's Pimento Bitters. Then I'm gonna give this a nice 25-ish second stir, get that dilution that I need, get that coldness that I need, and after that, I'm going to strain it into this chilled coupe. And then just to add a little bit of zest to it, I'm gonna go ahead and express the oils of a lemon peel, and after which I'm gonna add the maraschino cherry from Luxardo, which is again gonna give this nice bold cocktail even some more bold looks. All right, let's go ahead and try this. Oh yeah, this is an amazing drink. So what did I do here? First off, I called it the Capiente because Campagna gives us the lemon, and of course Piemonte gives us the grappa with the chamomile in it. And so what I did here is, because chamomile goes really, really well with lemon, goes well, of course, with honey, but there's already honey notes inside of this. It also does really well actually with bitters, and it does extremely well with spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. So what I did here is I took advantage of the lemon flavor from the limoncello. I took advantage of the bitter and spicy notes, especially cinnamon, from de Graaf's Pimento Bitters. And this drink here is actually, it's got a really nice touch to it because it's got some freshness to it, but it's bold. It's a really rich, nice, boozy cocktail. And cheers. So good. Okay, so the drink that I chose to make with Montanaro's chamomile liqueur is more of a spritz, or I should say a Hugo variation. And so what I am going to do here is, in this white wine glass, I'm going to fill it almost all the way up with ice. Then the next thing I'm going to do is add 60 mils or 2 ounces of Prosecco. Following that with 1 ounce or 30 mils of the chamomile liqueur from Montanaro. And then last but not least, I'm gonna add 60 mils or 2 ounces of Fever Tree soda water. Now I'm also gonna go ahead and add some mint leaves into this drink. Of course, it's inspired by a Hugo. And I'm gonna give this all a nice stir together. When it's time to garnish, I just love the combination again of chamomile and mint. So I am going to go ahead and top this with a mint top. Then I'm going to take an orange. I'm going to peel off some of its skin, give it a nice little zesty cut, and I'm going to put it in here right in front of the mint. And there you have it. I call this Hugo's Chamomile because it's inspired by the Hugo Spritz cocktail, which is a minty version of a spritz cocktail. And let me go ahead and give this a taste. Oh yeah, yeah, it's got that wonderful playfulness that I was looking for that of course comes through in this liqueur. It also comes through in this cocktail. The Prosecco is pushing up those fresh, zesty, citrusy, acidic notes, while the playfulness of the chamomile liqueur is kind of adding that tropical note to it. And of course, the Fever Tree soda is throwing those bubbles up so that the aroma gets in, but also lowering the alcohol content so that this can be a low ABV cocktail. And then thanks to the aroma of that mint, which once again goes extremely well with chamomile, I'm digging this drink. Alrighty, so what I learned here from preparing for this episode, and of course, drinking these products and creating it, is that chamomile grappas are very cool. They do have their different characteristics of their own. Nuttiness, mature over here, tropical, playful over there. And they give us two different style of cocktails that are completely different in their whole DNA. Over here we have boozy, spirit forward, serious. Over here we have refreshing, low ABV spritz. So I really loved working with these products. And if you learned anything, please do give us a like. Please do subscribe and come back to Master Glass with me, Livio Lauro, where you get expert instruction for everyday consumption.